I believe that she's God's gift to me. And as a mom, I have to protect her, I have to nurture her. You also have to ask for help, and that's okay.
When Duana Duhan needed grief support for her daughter Jayza, she turned to Providence Hospice's Safe Crossings and Camp Erin programs. From the moment Jayza was born, her best friend was her granddad. Growing up, her whole family lived together, so her granddad was more like a second father.
In her lifetime, this was the closest person to her.
He was there all the time.
Then one day, Jayza's grandfather died suddenly. Her mother watched Jayza's world fall apart.
This happened right before her birthday. This happened right before 5th grade graduation. It had an impact on her, and I remember her saying to me, "Why did he leave me before my..." Boy, I'm sorry. Why did he leave me before my birthday?
Because of the generosity of donors like you, children like Jayza have access to grief support.
I can't even imagine, to be honest, not having Camp Erin through this time.
Everyone there, they felt a loss. In some way, even the counselors, they know what you're going through. It felt more comforting to have other kids and counselors that are by your side telling you it's okay to cry, you know?
I love you, baby.
It does change the course of your life. I wouldn't be who I am today without Camp Erin.
Having the resources there, the funds there for children in need, I think is so important to help the family get through, and most of all, help that child get through the grief process. There's so much more to it. And Safe Crossings and Camp Erin and Stepping Stones, that's what they provide.
Go.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
Mari was definitely into music. Yeah, she was a ray of sunshine to, I think, every single person.
Mari was just a very special little person.
Mari Scott had a way of grabbing people by the heart, even before she was born.
My pregnancy with Mari was perfect. I think it was the happiest, time of my life.
Maya and Jamie Scott watched their little girl meet all her milestones. But then things started to change.
So when Mari was a baby, she did everything really early. She rolled over really early, and she was just really feisty and curious. And I remember there was one point when she was rolling over, and then a few weeks later, she couldn't roll over anymore.
And over time, there were more troubling signs. Then a neurologist gave the Scotts a heartbreaking diagnosis.
So at the age of 5.5 months, she was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy. Just to see this beautiful, healthy, happy baby and have a doctor tell me that, we'd be lucky to see her live to see the age of 5 years old was really hard. The doctors essentially told us that we should take her home and love her, and that ultimately there was not a lot we could do.
Maya and Jamie decided what they could do was give Mari quality of life, no matter how long or short it might be. But they would need help. That help came from Providence Hospice of Seattle's Stepping Stones program.
Yeah, Stepping Stones was an amazing resource for us, and it was great to have them in our corner so we didn't have to feel like we were alone.
We are the bridge between the hospital and home for these families, and we really bring the medical care to the family and into their home to allow them to really focus on living and to living joyfully and doing the things that they would be doing.
We knew that she was going to die from this disease, and so everyone kind of made it their job to make sure that the time that she had was good.
Beyond providing medical, emotional, and spiritual support, near the end of Mari's life, Providence Hospice found a way to make a wish come true.
One of her wishes was to go see real ballerinas. And Katie got us tickets to the Nutcracker, and we had this amazing day. I mean, she just could not believe the beauty in these ballerinas, and she wore a big fancy gown, and we had hot chocolate in the lobby, and it was just really having fun.
But soon after that special day, Mari started to endure one medical crisis after another. When nothing more could be done, and with the support of Providence Hospice, Mari's final wish was honored.
Maya and Jamie just really knew what Mari wanted, and they really listened to Mari. Mari was very clear that she did not like the hospital and that she did not want to go back to the hospital, and we were able to really support them.
That was her wish, was to be at home with her family. We spent the last week of her life reading stories and, and she was surrounded by friends and family and her grandparents and Jamie and I and all of her toys. And she wore her Cinderella gown every single day because she was a princess. I know she knew that she was gonna die. One of the last things that she said to Jamie and I, and it was, I think, the day before she died. She was in and out of it and really tired, but she woke up and she was up for a while and she looked at us in her eyes and she said, "Mom, Dad, I'm gonna be a butterfly. I'm gonna fly into the sky. Won't that be nice?" And I think that was her way of saying, I'm gonna be free, I'm gonna go. And she said, "I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna go take a little nap." And we said, "Yeah, you should get some rest." And she closed her eyes and went to sleep, and she didn't wake up.
It's not easy, but it's such important work. And it's amazing that we have a program, Stepping Stones through Providence, that does this work and that realizes how valuable and important this work is and to how important these children are.
Providence Hospice of Seattle needs your help to continue bringing comfort and care to terminally ill and grieving children. Every day, your donations make it possible for us to transform lives.
When I was sleeping, I held them